Over the weekend, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the Democrat who shocked Joe Crowley in New York, campaigned far from her home turf to support another candidate pushing the party to the left.
So I'm deeply honored that you're here. I really appreciate it.
Abdul El-Sayed is running for governor of Michigan. And with fresh backing from Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders, he's hoping to make history in Michigan's August 7th primary, both as a progressive and a Muslim.
Nice to meet you. James, nice to meet you. Who here believes we need new blood in places like Lansing and D.C.? Let me hear you.
Abdul El-Sayed is an Ivy League-educated doctor who ran Detroit's health department at just 30 years old. But for many voters, he's already been defined by one thing.
I don't look like the usual candidate for governor. After all, they always tell me, Abdul, it's not that we disagree with what you have to say. It's just that you're a little bit young. You're also a little bit brown and a little bit Muslim. How's that going to work out for you?
Can you explain to me what you're trying to do there when you diffuse the situation at the top with like a joke about it?
Being able to dispense with the clear differences and frankly other people's discomfort with those differences via humor is always an easy way to get us to the core.
I respect what you're doing and what you're backing, and I wish you luck. I'm a vote for you. So.
It means a lot to me.
Can I get a picture
I
with
love
you?
that. Let's do it.
El-Sayed is one of a wave of Muslim American candidates running for office in 2018. Nearly 90, according to a Washington Post analysis. If he wins, he'd be the first Muslim American governor in American history. But even here, in the state with the largest number of Muslim American residents in the nation, El-Sayed says he's facing discrimination over his religion from both parties.
I have very deep concerns around that. Obviously, in regards to Dr. Abdul El-Sayed, he's got tangible affiliations with Muslim Students Association.
That's Patrick Kolbeck, one of El-Sayed's Republican opponents. He says his concerns have nothing to do with El-Sayed's religion.
You guys go off and look at Muslim Students Association across the nation, you'll find that they've had al-Qaeda leaders speaking to their people.
He was the vice president of the Muslim Students Association, which was formed by the Muslim Brotherhood in 1963.
Now, Abdul has responded to that and directly refuted any affiliation with the Muslim Brotherhood, and he's also pointed out that the college association he was president of no longer has any affiliation with it.
No longer has association, all right.
Right.
Did he ever say the credo that Allahu Akbar, jihad is my spirit, I will die to establish Islam? That's been done at national assemblies where they've had regional assemblies where that is on tape. It doesn't take much to go off and Google that and find examples of that being spouted at different organizations. And I'd be curious if he's ever gone off and professed that.
The Muslim Students Association was started in the 1960s by people with some ties to the Muslim Brotherhood. But an expert in Islamic studies told Vice News that the two no longer had any direct connections. And though some al-Qaeda members have allegedly been active in MSA, the group has no official ties to the terrorist organization.
Could we just have another round of applause for the candidates for being here?
On the Democratic side, El-Sayed says party leaders were already skeptical whether he could win, as the anti-establishment progressive.
I'm running this campaign without touching a dime of corporate money because I know every single dollar that flows into our system is a dollar that puts folks like you behind.
He also accused Democratic Party leaders of launching a whisper campaign about his religion.
You can imagine these folks in power being like, oh, no, this can't work. But he's brown and Muslim. He can't win.
So you think it's really because they think you're unelectable?
I literally had, we'll just say very powerful people who call a lot of shots in the party, sit me down and say, we think you're great. You just, it's not that we're racist. It's just that we think people outside of Southeast Michigan are racist, and so you can't win, see? Makes sense. And you're like, no, not how it works, thank you. And if you think I'm ever gonna stop, you got the wrong guy.
We've got a responsibility to stand up and act, and I believe deeply that we can do it.
The Michigan Democratic Party didn't respond to a request for comment on El-Sayed's claims, and they did denounce Kolbeck's allegations. So did one of El-Sayed's primary opponents. But the other, Shri Tanadar, dodged questions about them. Did you think it was appropriate for the Republican to raise those issues in the race?
I am focused on my race. and I'm focused on my candidacy, and my focus is taking Michigan to the next level.
Well, the Democratic Party and your other opponent, Gretchen Whitmer, both denounced the Republicans' claims. So I just wonder why you're not willing to denounce
Well,
them.
I'm focused on taking our state to the next level. And I think the important issues are that we talk about education, we talk about infrastructure.
So you don't think it was inappropriate for the
I gotta
Republican
go
voices?
because I have a thing and then we have a meeting.
Sure.
But thank you so
for
much.
your time. Are you a member of the Muslim Brotherhood?
No.
Are you or anybody in your family affiliated with the Muslim Brotherhood?
No.
And are you part of some conspiracy to bring Sharia law to the U.S.?
No.
Okay. What do you make of the fact that these are questions being asked about you in your race?
Look, it is frustrating. I'm running to be the best governor for my state, the state where I was born, the state where I was raised, the state where I went to college, the state where I'm raising my daughter, the state that my wife and I have chosen to call home. These questions are going to persist. So I don't think I'm frustrated as much as I'm resigned to the facts of the world.
How are you guys? On January of 2019, you know who's gonna be watching? Donald J. Trump. And you know what he's gonna be seeing? A Muslim Arab American doctor getting elected governor in a state that he barely won. Good luck in 2020, sir. Good luck.
Still, even some of his own supporters are worried about how his religion will affect his campaign.
His race, his religion, all of it is something, unfortunately, in the West Michigan area that is not well accepted.
Have you guys seen anti-Muslim sentiment? Is that something?
Oh, absolutely.
Like what?
I put the Abdul sign out in the yard, and the first thing I think is, okay, who's gonna, come through and like drive over it or something? I mean, that's the first thing I worry about.
And it is creating unique problems for his campaign. They've received death threats. El-Sayed wouldn't let Vice film the exterior of his campaign office, out of concern for staffers' safety. But that's part of why he's running.
Part of what comes with being Muslim is a deep faith. And in our faith, we spend a lot of time reflecting on mortality. So you're going to die sometime. And hey, it'd be a pretty epic way to go out fighting for the things that you believe in.
So you have thought about the prospect?
I thought a lot about it.
Because of this campaign?
Yeah. I mean, I know I do this at no uncertain risk to myself and frankly, the people around me. But that's the thing. Life is about moving forward. And I know that I don't want my daughter to grow up in a world where seeing a political sign with the name Abdul on it is any different than seeing one with the name Steve on it.